Managing your time and energy effectively is essential for online entrepreneurs. We are juggling so many things that it's easy to let things drop unless you have a good system in place. So, are you using a project management software in your business to help manage all of these things that you have going on? For me personally, I use Asana in my business. Do I love it? Dang right I do. Do I recommend it to everyone? Nope. Are you curious why I don't just recommend one project management system to all of my clients? Well, we're going to talk about that today. There's a reason we have so many choices when it comes to project management software. Heck, that's just software in general. Always so many options. And as entrepreneurs, we have different needs. We have different goals for our life and our business, and not everybody is going to want all the bells and whistles that some project management softwares offer. Those bells and whistles may be downright overwhelming. And the question you need to ask yourself is, how do you work best? Somewhere in your life, you get things done, right? I know you do because things are happening. How do you do that? How do you stay consistent with it? What process do you actually use? Is it pen and paper? Do you schedule time on your calendar? Or do you set aside dedicated days or blocks of time to get those items done that are necessary for you? We all have systems for getting things done. I promise you do, even if you don't realize it. You are likely doing things in the same order from point A to point D. Our brains like that repetition. They also like to know what to expect and what is coming up next. Last year, I switched from ClickUp to Asana. ClickUp worked for me. I didn't have a problem with it. However, it was hard for members on my team to use. They found it confusing. The flow of it did not make sense to them. As a whole, we were not effectively using our time with this software. Was I sad to let it go? Yes, I was. But I had to make a decision on what was right for my team, not necessarily what was right just for me. I was spending a lot of time and energy trying to create systems that worked well for them in ClickUp. In the end, switching was the best use of my time. If I was going to rework the system, why not get input from my team? You see, I'm adaptable. I asked them what would work better, and they came back with Asana. It was a software they'd used in the past and they understood it. It was perfect. We moved everything over, and the time it took for them to complete tasks dramatically decreased because they were using a software that did not overwhelm them and it felt easy. When selecting your software, don't be afraid to kick the tires a little bit. Pick a couple and try them out for a small bit of time. Does it work for you? How do you feel when you're using it? Start small. Don't go crazy by adding all the things until they feel like, oh, yeah, this is a good fit for me. I can handle it and it doesn't feel overwhelming at all. What are your goals as a business owner? This is an important piece of the puzzle. Do you want to get to the point where you're having an OBM that directs you and your team with all the tasks that need to get done? Are you more interested in just having a small and mindy team? These things also play an important part in your decision making. When you're an entrepreneur balancing a family and a work from home business, it is critical to focus on the features that aid in your efficiency, your flexibility, and your clarity. So, here are three things that I want you to consider when you're picking your tool. Yes, there's a wide range of different things that come into factor, but just think about these three things right now. Is it intuitive and user friendly for you? Remember, the key question always is for you. When you're juggling multiple roles, you need software that's easy for you to use and doesn't make you feel overwhelmed at the thought of using it. If that is the case, it's the wrong software for you. Does it feel easy to check those items off your task list? There is a reason why so many options exist. You want a project management that has the ability to be flexible with task management and scheduling, unless you need things to be rigid. Then you don't want flexibility. But 9 out of 10 times, you're going to want a system that's flexible for you. And a big benefit for using project management software is the actual task management capabilities. Am I right with that? The software must be easy for you to create tasks, set your deadlines, and assign responsibilities if you have a team member that's in there doing tasks as well. Do you need to limit what you see from your tasks, or do you want to know everything that's coming down the pike for you? You want to have flexibility that works for you and your team members. Does the software have the ability to view tasks on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis? This helps in planning and prioritizing effectively. How do you need to look at your tasks? This is something you need to answer to yourself that are not overwhelming for you. Do you need to have that Kanban board style, like in Trello, where it has the columns with the boards and the cards that you can move around? Do you need a Gantt chart where it has like the little lines with all the tasks that are on a calendar view? Or do you just need a simple to-do list that you can check things off as you go? Okay, and the third one is, does it have collaboration and communication features? This one, again, is going to be important for those entrepreneurs who work with teams or want to work with teams in the future. Software should have a way to easily communicate and collaborate with your team. Do not overlook this. I was an OBM for an entrepreneur that assigned all tasks through either email or Slack. It was overwhelming for me, it was overwhelming for the team, and too many things were missed in this manner. Plus, I spent a lot of my time and resources just looking through emails and Slack to figure out if there was a task we were missing. Don't do that to your team. The project management tool should include the ability to communicate in that simple project, in that project that's going on, what you're working on together as a team. Think comments, attaching files, adding your links. This keeps everybody on the same page and working in the same direction, which adds up to efficiency for everyone. Okay, friends, it's time to wrap this up. A single project management system does not work for everyone. It's essential to find the system that's easy for you. If you're still unsure about which tool is right for you, consider booking a content creation simplified session. Together, we can figure out your right tool and a content plan and system that works for you. I'll put a link to book a session in the show notes down below. And if you're curious what this actually is, be sure to tune in next week when I take you behind the scenes in a content creation simplified session so that you can hear firsthand the things that we talk about. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you, and I hope you have a wonderful week.
Yay! Thank you so much for listening. I hope that you found this episode valuable and learned some actionable tips that you can implement in your business so that you can feel accomplished and less stressed. If you enjoyed this show, please take a quick minute to share this with your business bestie, subscribe, and leave a review. It helps me reach more business owners just like you. And if you have any questions or topics you'd like me to cover in future episodes, please reach out to me on my website. I've created a form just for you. Remember, with the right system and mindset, you can achieve the success your heart desires. Thank you for tuning in. I look forward to chatting with you next time. I appreciate you, and I hope you have a wonderful week. And don't forget, let's grow, friends.